Okay, so today was the 15th coaching session in my Young Bloods Basketball Under 12 session, and today we was covering the aspect of shooting. So I particularly wanted to work on skill acquisition, the skill acquisition component of sports science, and I wanted to focus on the external attention and external cues as well as cue words and implement that in combination with shooting. So I wanted to improve their shooting through the use of external attention or focus, not internal, and cue words. So the two cue words were shoot. When you shoot, obviously in basketball, you have the motion of the guided hand and the shooting hand, and the cue words which I used were external cues. So the first cue word was reach your hand into the cookie or the biscuit jar, and they seemed to pick that up well. They seemed to enjoy that. They found it humorous to some degree. And the final cue word, the second cue word, was create a rainbow when you make shots. So in basketball, the flatter the trajectory of the shot, the less likely it is for the ball to successfully convert into the hoop. So when they imagine or they create an arc or a rainbow with the shot, there's more of a chance of the ball sort of rattling in. So those were the two keywords. In addition, I reinforced dynamic stretching, so progressively carrying on dynamic stretching throughout the session, and we done block practice and random practice. The block practice was the shooting, so I got them to shoot in two groups. Blocked practice, kept it the same throughout, gradually progressed it, and then I moved the block practice through to random practice in game situations. So they were required to shoot in a certain way off the backboard and in the game situations in the last hour. So that covers the sports science aspect. In terms of myself and reflections on the session, I felt it's fairly simple when you deliver this session to, I don't know, a group of under 14s or under 14s at least. And it seems that when I try and apply these scientific strategies, I do try my best to come up with innovative and creative ways as well as enjoyable ways for them to enjoy it. However, they seem to be very stagnant and very slow paced. When I do my demonstrations, I often use the athletes, when they do sort of have that slow pace, I incorporate my assistant coaches so they can get a feel and they can understand a bit better of how I would like the pace of the skill to be performed. And it doesn't seem to be translating well, because the athletes, when they work, I always have to constantly motivate them, constantly push them, and it could be several things. It could be that I give too much feedback, or it could be that they lack the competence. It seems that I have to always put them into game situations for them to increase the intensity of the skill. So I feel that I need to improve the feedback I'm giving and not give as much feedback, so give delayed feedback maybe. But in turn, with that delayed feedback, they'd probably or possibly perform slow, far more slower than they did initially. So in terms of the session, next time I'm going to try and create more fun, viable games and appropriate games that will relate to game situations, that will enhance the performance during when they get into the game situation performance. So that was my reflection. In terms of the coaching today, I felt it went okay, but I had an autistic kid today, and dealing with him, it was very difficult, because I found myself sort of giving him more attention than I did the other kids, and I tried not to because it's very difficult to deal with autistic kids, especially in an environment where they constantly need instruction, like the kids performing on the skill, as well as the autistic kids need instruction and constant shadowing or guidance. So that was a very, I don't know, first-hand experience, first-hand learning curve on autism and kids who have autism. So that was very challenging, and I think I dealt with it well. However, kids at that age, especially when they're under 12, they're very sporadic. They don't really listen very well. They don't take instructions very well. So I try to limit my instructions, but there's only so much I could do as a coach. Especially even my assistant coach was really was impressed, but they felt that there's only so much you can do. So that was my 15th coaching session, and I'll see you in the next one.